Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today we are discussing another foundation. Today we're talking about, as you can see from the title, obviously, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. So I think this is going to be the first video like this that I've ever done where I'm literally just testing a foundation for the first time and giving you my thoughts. So this is not quite a review, nor is it like a first impression, but maybe something right in the middle. So if you're interested in knowing more about this foundation and my thoughts, just continue to watch. Alright guys, so as you can see, my eyes already started. I haven't finished my eye makeup, but we'll get to that after my foundation because I just simply cannot do it. I cannot do my eyes after my foundation. I just cannot. Strangely enough, with this, I mean, the color is pretty pigmented and I have zero fallout, like zero. So I might have to do a video on this eyeshadow because this is great stuff. So here we have the foundation. I'm gonna start by priming my face. I always use MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance face primer because that's my favorite. Prior to that, I did moisturize my face. So I know that this foundation is catered to mostly, well, it says it's for all skin types, but I know that a lot of combination to oily people like this foundation for its long wear and also, yeah, the long wear formula and the matte finish. It's apparently supposed to be a soft matte formula. I have tried this foundation before, but that was years ago, and the shade that I had was way too light, so I didn't have a very accurate representation of the foundation. So I'm just gonna, as you may already know, it doesn't come with a pump, so you kind of have to just do it this way. I think that the shade is gonna be fine, but we'll find. I kind of want to use it with a brush today because I usually use my foundation with sponges, but I don't know, I kind of feel like doing a brush today. Hopefully it won't be too light because it's really the closest match that I could find. I'm sorry I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is in the shade 5N1.5, which is Maple. Well, the lighting is not that great, right? I'll list it in the bar for you to see. So this is what's left on my hand, not much, and we're just gonna go ahead and start working the foundation in. I'm just gonna like, I'm sorry, put my hair back because that's annoying. Okay. Well, so far I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, I don't have the best shirt to represent like my skin tone and everything, but I feel like the shade match is good. Maybe a little bit brighter, but I feel like any shade is gonna look bright in this foundation just because it is so full coverage. Sorry if I keep looking away because my mirror is there. Okay, yeah, I feel like the coverage is definitely there. The color, I feel like that's the closest I'll get. And I feel like with bronzing and everything, I'll be able to have it be better, but right now it looks really bright. Honestly, on my mirror right now, it doesn't look as bright as it looks on camera. On camera, it looks quite bright, but in real life, I'll try to include a photo at the end. So I'm gonna continue the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back at the end to give you my final thoughts. All right, so as you can see, I finished my full face of makeup. After the application, I just continued by doing a little bit of concealer, and I did bake my concealer a little bit, but just by how matte it felt on my skin, I did not feel the need to powder the foundation at all. I feel like it might be different for different skin types. My skin type, if you're new to this channel, if you don't know, I have pretty dry skin in the winter, and in the summer I'd say normal to dry. I'm all year round a dry skin type, but now that the winter is coming in, it's getting like dry and dehydrated, like a more severely dry, but I do take steps to take care of that. So on me, this foundation, even after moisturizing, feels extremely matte. It's not a bad matte, but it feels definitely matte enough that I had to spritz my face with Fix Plus. Like, well, spritz my face is an understatement. I literally shower my face in Fix Plus, and I do that with most foundations, but this one seriously felt like I needed that shower because my skin was really matte, which not in a bad way. I didn't feel like it was pulling. To me, when the foundation starts to pull, that's where I know that it's too matte for me. I'm sorry, I keep looking in the mirror to see, like, because on my viewfinder it looks a little different. But yeah, so I feel like I did not need to set the foundation, and the first time that I tried that foundation, like years ago, I was not setting it with powder either. The only powder that I applied, I did bake under my eyes, and then I did use a brightening powder on top, and I did use a little bit of bronzing and contouring on my cheeks, but other than that, I did not really set. The only thing I did also is after I showered my face with the Fix Plus, it looked very shiny on certain areas of my face, well, mostly all of my face, but I wanted to, you know, like mattify a little bit so it's not so shiny, so I don't look sweaty. I just used like a brush. This is a kabuki brush that I use when I do like a powder foundation routine. So I didn't put anything on it, just whatever was already there. And I literally did that where it to me was too shiny, which was there. Literally go on my nose and in between my eyebrows. Those are the areas that are going to seem to look like they're very oily if you don't do that. So I did that, and that was it. So I would say, if you have dry to very dehydrated skin, this may not be your best foundation in the winter. I feel like in the summer, when your face is melting because it's so hot, this foundation is just going to be everything. If you go on vacation and you want like full coverage, long lasting wear, this foundation is for you for sure. For the winter time though, I'm not so sure. Maybe if I'm going out like in a club or somewhere that's enclosed and very hot and I'm afraid to sweat out my makeup, I feel like this is definitely going to be on there. And I feel like this foundation is a strong competitor to my, I don't know where that foundation is, but I also have the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra. Kind of gives me the same vibe. I feel like I should do a comparison foundation with those two, like battle of foundation, and see what lasts longer, because they both remind me of each other. So if you have that foundation, this is very similar, but it feels more, this one feels more, let's say I feel like I like the Lancome a little bit better for my skin type. So if you're more oily, you might like this better than the Lancome. Other than that, I would say this is a good foundation. I do understand the hype behind this product. I did not include this foundation in my Is It Inclusive series because it is very obviously inclusive. I think this line has over 40 shades, so obviously it is part of my inclusive choices of foundation. So that's great. Again, I'm going to mention my shade. It's in Maple, which is 5N1.5. I will list all of the info in the down bar, price, shade, links, everything is going to be down below. So yes, I feel like that's pretty much everything. The only downside that I would say about this foundation for me is the fact that it's very matte, so it's a little bit drying on my skin. You have to take multiple steps to have it not look so matte for me, and the fact that it doesn't have a pump. The shade, I feel like I was able to make it work, but sorry, I feel like I'm all out there. I feel like I was able to make it work, but it's a little bit brighter than I would like. I would have liked it maybe a pinch darker, pinch warmer, because it's very cool toned. It's very ochre kind of toned, which is not bad, but that's the closest shade in this range for me. Previously to that one, I had used Rich Caramel. Too light, way too light. And I tried Sandalwood, way too orange. So I would say Maple is the closest shade for me, and I could see myself wearing it, but maybe not as a daily foundation for the winter time, maybe more for the summertime or for a night out, going out or something of that sort. So that's my thoughts on this foundation. I do approve and give it a thumbs up. So leave me any more recommendation for new foundations to try in the down bar. It would be my pleasure to purchase some new goodies to test out for you. And if you have any other recommendations or suggestions or whatever, just leave it in the comments. For more information in the down bar, I'm repeating myself again and again, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good evening, night, morning, whatever, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.